Hey YouTube. So in my last video I said I was going to put my BlackBerry motor on the mountain bike frame that I found. So I thought I'd go ahead and record that whole process and see how it goes and let you watch the show. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started and explain things as I go. So this is the frame. I've kind of been checking it out. I took the chain off and the rim, and I'm going to go ahead and move the rims over from the BlackBerry to this. Probably the first thing I want to find out is if I can mount the front wheel on here, because there's points on here for disc brake. So let's see if I can mount the front rim on here and put the disc brake on here. Before I take the wheel off, I want to try to mount the disc brake caliper on there. Actually, I think I want to take the cable off first. Same size. Same size. Let's hope it fits. I think I had explained in an earlier video that I put a washer in here. I cut it. You can see that. And basically I made a makeshift lock washer. And the springiness, this thing goes in here and you use it to tighten, the brakes. I would always come loose, and as soon as I put that in there, the problem went away. So definitely recommend that. Find the right size washer. Just kind of either a lock washer, or it has to be thin, obviously. This probably isn't the best metal. I've seen metal that's more rigid, flexible, and doesn't bend so easily. That'd probably be the best kind of metal, because I think I've had to bend this at least one other time. But right now it looks like it's been doing okay. But it has been sticking, and I think the reason is it's just accumulated a lot of brake dust. So I was wanting to take that out. Another thing I did, I don't want to take this apart because it was real hard to put it back together, but I had taken this flexible arm off and drilled another hole back, because there's a spring in there. It goes in a hole, and I drilled another hole a little farther back to make the spring a little tighter, and that actually helped prevent the brake from sticking too often. Yeah, it's starting to loosen up. Feels good. Yeah, it doesn't stick anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was doing. It was just getting dirty. brakes are great when they work right. Tall lids. I've never heard of that. There you go. That's the brand. Came with the bike. Jury rig it so it worked better. Yeah, so that's how this thing works. It screws from the inside. I can feel it tightening up against the washer. Yeah, that definitely keeps it from moving without permission. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, I got quite a bit of pad on those. I thought these were wearing down. I bought 4 sets of pads because I thought I'd wore these out. Yeah, much better. Okay. This has these weird washers that they're concave. They fit inside each other. They're like a bowl. And I don't know how they went on. Well, I'm just going to put them on like this because it looks like there's more indentation on the caliper side than on the fork side. Holy crap. It's perfect. It's good to know these will fit. I'll go ahead and take off those brake pads. Ledge grips will get these off. Oh, yes, they will. Crack it and line up and just comes right out. Okay. Awesome. I'll hang on to those. Might need brake pads one day. Cable's in good shape. So I'm not afraid on the end, so I'll be able to use it. The brakes on this bike vary the little tensioner things. It just broke. You know what I mean? They just didn't last long. There we go. Okay. Time. Let's just get it run first. Where's the cable stay? Move the brake adjustment on the brake handle all the way in. loose pretty easily. You put a lot of pressure on this thing. You use your brakes a lot. Brake pads, you go through those so fast. Bit of rubbing. I don't think it's anything serious though. Yep, they work. Alright. Next chore. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and start taking the motor off. I need to empty the gas tank. So I'm just going to put some kind of rim on the front so I can stand the bike up. The drip's really slow. I've emptied the gas tank. Not quite half a gallon, maybe like a little over a third, feels like. But rolling here. It's getting darker, so my frame rate's probably going to drop on the camera. Tried to light the place up as much as possible. We'll see how it goes. Get everything disconnected. This clutch cable is frayed, and obviously I can't pull it out and put it back in. I just get another cable. If I want to not have to deal with that right now, I think I'll just take the clutch off, the clutch handle off, and the throttle and everything, and just try to lay everything on the ground so I can take the motor off. So before I can do that, I guess I gotta take the rear wheel off. Golden chain. That thing really handled a lot of problems for me. Whoa. Yeah. Now I know why the chain was so close to the tire. Can you believe it? What kind of metal are they making these things out of? There's just no flex to this metal at all. It just cracks when it has a problem. Right. Well, good thing I'm doing what I'm doing then. The brakes, those are loose. Okay. Clutch cable goes through these little stays, cable stays that are welded to the frame. So I'm going to have to cut those if I want to keep the cable on there. Pull my clutch anymore. There we go. There. Just leave that there. Throttle cable and kill switch. Drill a hole in your handlebar so that divot could sit in there and the throttle wouldn't move back and forth. Well, that broke like the first week, so I used it. Twisty tie. Just tied it off to the brake handle. So it worked. Probably have to do something similar to this. Alright, let's see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to have to rewire the kill switch, buy a new cable. I'm not ready to do that just yet. So that's it on all the connections, I believe. Yeah. So what I can do now is go ahead and take the motor off, set it aside, and start putting the wheel and everything on the new, on the other frame. like using rod couplers instead of nuts because they grab more of the thread on the stud, the motor mount stud, and they don't strip quite so easily. Every time I've used regular nuts on these things, they just strip really easily. So I just tried to think of something I could use, and rod coupler came to mind. And it's metric, so it fits the studs. Yeah, when I tighten these things, they get bent. There it is. See, this thing is loose. It's cracked. There's the crack. Caused the chain to start rubbing against the tire. Did not expect that over 3. Need to get my dollar store mirror off of that. Phone holder. It's all aluminum, so works really well. The issue with this is you cannot slide the rim forward and backwards. Better view over here. See that? It just sits right in that groove. So, you know, usually I adjust the chain and other things by adjusting the rim. This is probably better anyway, because I really didn't like, you know, you adjust the rim and it doesn't sit quite straight on the back. I think what I decided to do is I want to see if I can keep this derailleur working. And this derailleur, come down here. Alright, fine, I'll come back here. This derailleur, I'm going to try to set so it constantly has tension on the chain, so that way I can use the front derailleur. That's just what I want, so that's what I'm going to do. It'd be nice to be able to, you know, ride this like a regular bike without too much hassle. And since it is a regular bike, my posture on it will be a lot better, which means it'll be easier to ride. The derailleurs, the controls for the derailleurs, are part of the brakes. So, I'll fix that. If I can remove them, I will. Otherwise, I'll just take the cable off and not worry about it. I need to grease these things there. Maybe need some grease. Doesn't want to move. Yeah, it's pretty dry. Corroded too. See? I got some corrosion on this one. So, probably sand them up a little bit. At least the washers. And put some bearing grease in there. This is fairly light sandpaper. I don't know how grit it is, it's worn off, but it's pretty smooth. And that feels pretty smooth. Put it down here. Smooth it really well. This is seriously encrusted, I think. Yeah, it is. Here. Take this bushing out of here. I should try to sand it up a little bit. Got some rust on it. Can you see the rust on that? Try to get that off, or at least some of it. Trying to get this crusted up oil off this derailleur wheel. Quite a bit on there. Good. Gives me some access to the inside of the derailleur and clean that out. So I can permanently fix this one over the rear sprocket. Use this as a this gear shift, you know, for speed, at least for pedaling. That feels better. Squeeze it. Stitch is bent. I'm just gonna go ahead and see how this thing rides. Alrighty. Front brakes work and they squeak like crazy. Oh well. Whoa, this thing is, look at this, my legs are like way. I gotta adjust this seat. That's better. Oh, that feels good already. My back loves me. Alright. Top gear. Oh, wow. Dang, I like this just as a bike. Okay. This might work. This might work. Okay. It's light, too. I like that. That looks very promising. Very, very promising. I like the way it looked, too. Good color. Black. A little bit beat up. I'll probably just swap one seat post for the other. This is pretty... seat's falling apart. Pretty old. That's going to do it for part one of this video. I didn't intend for it to be this long. Obviously the build video was only like 45 minutes. This one turned out to be a lot longer. Probably because I had to prep the new, put that in quotes, new frame for the motor. I've actually already completed the video. I've been riding the bike. It's been going pretty good so far. And so I'm just going to cut this video here. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see updates, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.